wonderful. Can I have a clap like this? YFarm, you say, if you pay, you should. YFarm don't pay, you should. YFarm, I pay, serve a greater good. YFarm don't pay, the earth need food. YFarm, I pay, serve a greater good. I'm Sennon, founder and executive director of a non-profit organization based in Trinidad and Tobago called YFarm. It means we help youth farm. We are concerned about having people to feed us by the year 2050. So we are growing future feeders from the ground up. Why? When we look at the present day in 2016, average farmers in the Caribbean are over 55 years and aging. When we look at the year 2050, they will be deceased. Presently, young farmers as myself, 30-year-olds, when I fast forward to the year 2050, I will be retired, or hopefully. 10-year-olds and 5-year-olds, what are they thinking about? They are the ones to be the professionals by the year 2050. So the big problem and the big question that we all ask, who will feed our 9 billion population by the year 2050? What are these 10-year-olds actually thinking about? Engineering, scientists, police officers, lawyers, doctors, pilots, you name it. Studies have proven that there is a tremendous decline in youth in agriculture. So at YFarm, we realize that something must be done to make it agri-culture. How are we going to do this? Via agri-edutainment, agricultural, educational entertainment. We want to create a world where young children could find agricultural stories interesting, find it creative, find it attractive, it's easy to read. They can have fun while doing it. Via poetry, comic books, coloring books, activity books, multimedia, we are going to create our next generation of future feeders. I remember growing up, and this cartoon, Captain Planet, had a tremendous impact on me. Right? I looked at it, and up to this day, I could still sing this Captain Planet song. Captain Planet, he's a hero. He's going to bring pollution down to zero. And upon looking at this, I would not litter. I would take care of the environment. I would not waste water. So I realized that in order to allow young children to have this passion, I realized that there must be an adventure to encourage youth in agriculture, starting with a main character who's branded as the world's most powerful food provider. And that is when we realized that, and we invented Agriman, the food and nutrition security superhero. Why are we different? We are the first in the world to actually invent a farming or food security superhero. And at YFarm, we place emphasis on why. A lot of organizations place emphasis on the how to farm. We place emphasis on why food security, why these children need to be the future feeders, and why they need to be impacted now, and what they can do at this present time to grow and contribute towards food security. Agriman's story is local, but his mission is global. We have launched in many other countries presently, and we are introducing Agriman throughout the world. Our earned revenue, very nice structure, being a non-profit organization. We have lots of items on sale, training courses, we win prizes all the time, Agriman membership. We have a fan club that the kids actually be part of the growing process. And then we, of course, donors from contributions and private funding. Our YFarm franchise, we are set up in Haiti, Rwanda, and Zambia presently. Thank you very much, and help us feed the world.
What's the balance of your income between donors and your various sales of products and services?
So at present, we launched last year,
Yeah.
and at present, we don't have any donors as yet. However, we have created a structure that allows us to have from our earned revenue approximately 40% of our budget, annual budget. And so we are hoping to get some donors as we proceed in our operations.
Have you got any measures of impact yet?
Yes, so having launched in 3 other countries and having sold comics around the world, we have kids writing to us presently with stories and new characters that they come up with. Yeah. Recently, we had some students from South Africa write to us about some characters that they would like to see implemented in South Africa.
Who creates the comics?
So a friend of mine, he's the artist, the graphic guy, he draws it. With the stories that comes from the kids via the Agriman fan club, right? So they are the ones that brainstorm and come up with the stories, come up with the characters. You might be wondering where's the female Agriman? And those kids actually came up with one of the best names ever. I don't know if you want to hear. Yeah. So I know you want to know. Yeah. So they came up with the best name ever for the female agri woman, and her name is Photosynthesister.
So kind of tagging on to Dave's question, so when do you think you're going to start seeing a difference in your in the number of farmer or kids going into farming after your program has been initiated?
Yeah, so a lot of it is really exciting the kids, right? Having them shift with their mindset of how they see agriculture. In the Caribbean, agriculture is looked at something not cool, is the last option. If you're a failure in school, then you might just do that, right? Having collaborated with many organizations, we see ourselves as taking that role and teaching them the why, the importance of why they should. And with organizations such as 4-H, we sort of partner with them, and 4-H would give them the know-how of the how. However, with the fan club as well too, the sustainability keeps on rolling. So it's sort of it doesn't all happen at once. It's a growing process, hence our motto, as it says, growing future feeders from the ground up. But we are hoping to remain with these children, and as the years goes by, to actually be able to see them to actually develop themselves into future feeders.